Hello, viewers. This is Sriram here, and I have Rajani in front of me. She's from US and she recently cleared PMP. I think she's pretty excited that. And we're just talking about this PMP, and she said that I'm so consistent on my preparation. We're going to talk about how she did that. And she has a good qualification from US University on project management. So we have to talk about that as well. First thing, great congratulations to you, Rajani, for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you so much.
Okay, great. So first thing, you have to see the certificate. That's very, very important. Here it goes. There's a certificate. She cleared on 16th of July. I believe this will be a very important date in our life because it gives amazing self-confidence. One thing I observed with people clearing PMP, of course, a lot of certificates, but when you clear this, you get to know that, hey, man, I'm capable of something more than what I thought, right? So that gives a lot of self-confidence. That's what she should have got on this day. And everyone view are excited to see their name in this certificate, right? That's pretty interesting. Great. So give a little heads up, where are you and what you do, then we'll talk more about the exam.
Yeah, sure. So I've been working as a program coordinator for the Department of Public Health. I work for the state. It's already been like 1.5 years I've been working with them, and the project is about transforming the paper application process into online platform, and they follow like 100% waterfall approach. Because like a lot of government offices and states offices still follows like like very old school type of system.
Okay.
And I do work with like senior leadership, and then work on budget, and keep track of like requirements, and then if I have anything that I can't like suggest them, then I will bring up like some recommendations, and it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So in US public sector you are, and you are seeing good amount of waterfall. I'm sure you are going to be a transformation leader to talk about agility there.
I would love to, but also like I mentioned, like I work with like a lot of leadership. They are like super old school, like don't want to like even think about like transforming into like different approach, because they are like so set in like waterfall. Okay. And they love it. And but also I've been telling few things about agile approach, so that because I love working for like agile approach, because after like taking this class and after like doing tons of research to learning agile practitioner book, like I think agile approach is like it's like pretty happening right now, and it's definitely going to help. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. So you did your master's in US. So what you did in master's?
So I did my master's in project management and minor in information security. So I graduated in 2019.
Wow. Okay, great. Doing master's in project management is pretty cool. And how this thought came that you had to do master's in project management?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I never knew like what I want to do with my life, pretty much. I mean, I think like we all go through that kind of stage. Okay. I did did finance and accounting in bachelor, and I started working for a healthcare industry in the finance department. And I slowly start to realize like this is not my field. I want to do something that I can't I guess like manage and like coordinate and like I guess like keep track of like things. So I did tons of research, and someone just randomly told me like, oh, maybe you should work as a project manager or something. So I couldn't just like jump into a project management role since I have no experience and no background. And I found out they have like classes for like project management, and and I decided to do master's in project management just to change my career into project management.
I guess it's a 2 years of studies. Is it right?
Yes.
Wow, 2 years you have studied project management, so you should know end to end of management. That's
I wouldn't say, to be honest with you, because like I was like, I'm going to be very honest with you. Like when I was doing my master's in project management, that was like for me, that was like something that I wanted, like, okay, I want to have this degree like in my resume, but I was not like really into like, oh, I'm gonna learn and I want to like
okay.
implement my skills into like my department or anything.
Okay.
So I was serious, but also not very serious. So
Got you. I got you. Okay, well, good. And then I found you were interested in Scrum certification. You got certified. Okay.
yes.
I think there the agile thought process started popping up. Great. Then how does PMP came in? Because you already masters in project management and this PMP seed where it started.
Yes. So also I thought masters in project management should be enough for me to like get a project management manager role, right? Of course I was wrong. It was like 2 years ago. I was selected for this interview for the state as well, and that was for like IT department, and I was like very thrilled about this position. And I went to like interview, and the guy first question was like, so do you have your PMP certificate? I was like, what do you mean? Like what
What's
PMP
that?
certificate? I
What's
have
that?
like masters in project management from like this, well-known university, and I
Right.
already spent like $40,000. Like what else you need?
Come on, man.
And yeah, and he was like, no, like PMP certificate is very like, it's well known like globally. And if you see yourself like, being successful in this project management industry, then I would highly recommend you to get PMP certificate.
This is unfair, right? Man, I have a master's in project management and you're asking me PMP.
Yes, I was like, isn't that enough?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, and then
that you decided, let me get it.
oh yeah, so I was like I felt like challenged. I was like, okay, so you want me to get PMP certificate, and I didn't get selected for that job, of course. And I was like, okay, I will use this as my motivation, so I will get this PMP certification. And as I went through like all this like application process and like how much study requirements you need, I was overwhelmed. I was like, okay, maybe I just like I'll do it whenever like maybe it's convenient for me. So I waited for 1 year, and then always like it was back of my mind like, okay, I have to get this certification, but never felt like encouraged or like, oh, I need to get one. And last year, like during pandemic, I really had to like think about my life, what I want to do. And I do want to do like not just like, see myself as a project manager, but I also wanted to do something different and like bring some different kind of knowledge within my department. And that's when I started to like do research, and I found you.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but also I didn't contact you right away. So I've waited, of course, like people are so good at like this is our human beings nature. Like we procrastinate so much. And yeah, that was me. And I waited for 6 months till I contact you, because I saw your post on LinkedIn. A lot of people started to like post about ShriLearning and your name Shriram. And I was like, oh, seems like he's like something I can go and ask for help, because I don't really know where to begin. It's huge.
Right. Right. Good. I think LinkedIn has become a platform to make us to get connected. That's nice. Great. I remember the day we had a call where a lot of questions, right? We went a lot of question session with understanding what is this, what is that. But I found good passion with you the day when we had a call, but you want to close it as early as possible. That's what I was able to sense. Again, you had a gap there. I think your friend joined where you couldn't come because of other commitments. Then you came in. Superb. I think you came in the month of March or April.
Yeah, so we had a call on around April,
April,
and
yeah.
then yeah, I joined the class around May, and I was like, no, actually no, it was March, because my friend, she joined the class of like around March, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I couldn't join the same class because I was traveling. and but I was like really like wanted to join that class and get done, but also I wanted to travel and see my family. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why I waited.
Right, got you. So hope that classes you're able to catch up, and because you did masters already, was it relevant to you when you read PMP? How was it?
So I forgot like everything what I've like learned in my classes and masters, to be honest with you. And because like, you know, this is something like you have to like use it in regular basis in order to like, you know,
Right,
remember. I
right.
mean, I still know like basic concept about project management, but like you know, about if I go into like dive deeper into like risk management or quality management, then I definitely have to like restudy my books or like, you know, notes. So I, but from taking your class, it was like I feel it was well structured, you know, and as soon as I requested like study plan, you gave me study plan, and that was like so helpful.
Nice. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
At the same time, I know that you came in the month of May and you excused yourself to sit and read and close it out. How come you got this much of motivation to drive within a month? You had any target date that you had to close it by this time?
Yeah, so one thing about me is I always wanted to like, you know, do something before my vacation or like, you
Uh,
know, like if I'm traveling somewhere so that it will encourage me to like, hey, I have something planned after this date. So you have to get done with this, you know, your um, deliverable. And we had this plan to go to Alaska for like almost for a year, and it was July 17th.
okay.
And I wanted to do so like I really wanted to take the exam on July 16th. That was my set plan, and I didn't want to change at all. And I was like, this is how I'm gonna motivate myself. Of course, it's gonna imply different need to different people, but that's how I get encouraged, you know.
Fantastic. That's a good plan, right? You give a treat to yourself. I remember the day you said I cleared. You said, "Hey, Shriram, next 1 week I'm out. I'm traveling. I'll be on a vacation." That's
Yes.
that's nice. That's nice. So, which book you spend most of most of your time in for preparation? Pembok or Rita?
So I didn't touch PMBOK at all because we had a call, and you made it clear that, you know, if you wanted to focus, and since you have a target date, like which is like set, you probably wanted to focus in one of them, either PMBOK or Rita. So you know, I thoroughly like went through both books, but I picked Rita because like I like the way she like, you know, described like materials. And but PMBOK was like super dry for me, like, you know, it was like kind of boring. I read a couple of chapters and I compared both of them, you know, because I wanted to make sure like which book would be beneficial for me.
Right.
And I end up studying just Rita, and I did read Mike Griffin, and whatever was on my study plan. I did study Scrum Master Guide and
Oh,
Agile Practitioner. Yeah.
perfect. Perfect. Good. Happy to know that you followed all in the study plan. Nice to know.
Yes,
Nice to
because it
know.
helps. Trust
Great.
me. I mean, I don't have to tell you, but I want to tell other like my classmates. It definitely helps.
Okay, right. I know a lot of viewers watching this, they're also having the plan and following it. Happy to see Rajani how strict to the plan she is. Nice. So talking about office and managing with studies, it's not easy. Was it public sector is open in US where you have to go to office or it is work from home? How do you manage it?
So I'm very lucky because in the U.S., especially in Massachusetts, where I live, Boston, the a lot of people have to go in because it's a public department, and you know we are still so behind in terms of like not having access to laptop, or like, you know, there are
Oh,
like various factors like you have to go in an office. So I can work from home 3 days a week, and I have to go in twice a week.
mm,
Um,
mm,
so I had to manage my schedule, like as per like my work schedule.
That's good, right? At least 3 days you get at home. So I know that you read like anything. So how many hours you sit with books?
So I'm not a morning person at all. I don't like to get up in the morning, but with this, like in 2 months, I got up like every morning, like at, like 5:30, 6 a.m. And because I wanted to study like a couple of hours before I go to work and then come home and study for like another 2 hours. So I kind of like I study for like 2 to 4 hours pretty much like every day. And also when I'm working from home, there's no way I can like just like put my work on the side and start to study, because my work is crazy right now, especially because of COVID, and everything is coming back back to normal schedule. So I was like, I should not be complaining about time management where I can easily get up, and like study. So yeah, it was like a little challenging for me because I can't get up like that easily, but I did what I had to do.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. I think Alaska motivation is there, right? Where you want to go there, and that made you to work out. Nice to know. So you would have read for nearly a month of time, and you practice some full exams. So did you practice full exams?
I did 3 times, and I did tons of mock tests and the weekly exams. Raul and you used to send it to us. I didn't skip any one of them,
Wow, that's
yeah, because that helps. So other thing I also wanted to like bring it up was like on my full exam, I only scored like 60% on my first attempt. And I was like, it's coming, my exam is like, it's right there, like it's coming closer, and I'm only scoring 60%. And I still remember, like you have told us that, like, try to get 70% to feel like more confident. So and I texted you and I was like, I don't know, Shriram, I don't know what to do, but I only scored like 60%. And you were like, it's still not bad. Like, you still try, like go through like you review like your questions and answers. So every time when I gave exam, like that also helped me, was like I sat down like for another couple of hours and I went through like each question, like especially wrong questions. And just like, I started to like analyze, what did I do, like how can I improve, like maybe there are like domain like I need to focus more, like, so that also helped me a lot. And mock exams, like, I get these questions a lot actually on LinkedIn. People are like, so were questions were similar, like from your mock exam to like PMP test?
Mhm.
I wouldn't say like they were similar questions. Like I would say like structure wise, like maybe they were similar, but like you would not get like similar questions.
True, true, true. See, what we practice here is a mindset, how an exam will look like, how a question will look like. But even you practice 5,000 questions, you go to PMI exam, it'll be a new question. So we don't know where they have the database of question. Each question will be unique when you go there. So rightly said, we are trying to simulate something, but you cannot be so perfect at that. That's a message. Great, super. Good to know that you read well, you practice some mock exams, and good habit is after the mock exam, you analyze the question one by one to see what is right, what is wrong. Even though scores are fluctuating, you didn't give up. You are telling that, let me make it July 16th, right? That's nice.
Right.
Nice. So how is it on the exam? Did you go to center or it's online exam? How did you do it?
So I've heard a lot of like horrible stories about like giving exams from home, because like one of my friends, like she was saying that like you can't even like move a little bit, like they would just like stop you.
Yeah.
And I just started to get paranoid. Because sometimes like we are just like a normal human being. When you were like giving the exam, like maybe you will forget that someone is watching you. What if
Right.
like if I move, or what if I just like get up? So I couldn't like compromise that part. So I was like, I'm just gonna go in the like exam center, like just, so that I will not have to worry about like someone watching me like a hawk.
But if you go to center, do they have a restriction of wearing the mask, or any rules are there in US at least?
They are really strict. I was surprised by that because in Boston, especially, like a lot of people are already vaccinated. So you don't have to wear a mask, if you are vaccinated. And that's what I thought. And so, but when I went to the exam center, like they told me like I have to wear a mask for like full 4 hours.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
tough, isn't it? You have to wear it and keep it may be a little suffocating sitting there with the mask.
Yes, but I took it like in a positive way. I just like, you know what? Now I can mumble. Like I can, like, you have to do it, because if you think like, oh, I'm gonna get a little suffocated with wearing a mask for 4 hours,
Okay.
it's in your head and it's going to like trigger. So
Right.
I had to like, you know what? I will take this as a like advantage. Like I can
Wow.
mumble, I can like read questions loud a little bit, So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Look like you did a SWOT analysis there.
I had to like of course, like because during your classes, like you also taught us not only about like PMP related information. It was like more about like how we have to be positive, like how we can change like negative mindset into positive. So that definitely helped, like and I was like, okay, I have to change this mindset into like positive.
Sounds good. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So when the exam went on, I believe you had a mindset of how to handle the 60, 60, 60. So was it in your control when you went to exam questions, timing?
Yes, for 3 hours, I had it under control. And we can take 2 breaks. I think that it's for like everywhere, right? Like you can take 2 breaks. So I only took 1 break, and up to that point, I was like on track. Like, I calculated timing, because on our last class, you taught us like, okay, you should follow this timing thing for 60 minutes, like 60 minutes. And I practiced like one of my full exam by that timing. So that kind of helped me too. And I took my break for like 10 minutes, and then I came back and I was still fine. But like for like, I think it was like after my second break, which I didn't take it, but questions, I don't know, I might be like overthinking, but questions were like longer than like,
Oh,
first like
uh-huh,
2 hours.
uh-huh.
I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but that's what I thought.
Some papers are bigger. By the way, they gave a big monitor for you.
No, it wasn't big. It was just like regular desktop. Because like there were like a lot of people giving exams like next to me. So, and they will just give you like one small cubicle with like
Ah, yeah,
desktop. So
yeah,
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 like very like
yeah. Right, right.
yeah.
No,
Uh,
I was hearing one person telling that's a bigger monitor. Still, the question is so lengthy. I was reading like this for all the line. He said such a big questions I got.
yeah, questions were like really long, and that's how they trick you. And I was so, and for I had like almost 60 questions left, and I only had 1 hour left. And I'm
Ooh.
like started panicking, like, oh my goodness, like if I fail, then I will fail because I am not answering questions. And what I did was I started to like flag them, like for long questions. And I'm like, I will just not like only long questions, but if I see anything like, because their questions, some of them were like really tricky. So, okay, I don't have time to like reread this question. Let me flag them. So I started to do like easy ones, not like easy, but like whatever like comes next, if I think that's like easy one. So I started like flag them. I flagged like almost like 15 questions, and I had to go back, and I like you know I didn't get like enough time to like really like analyze each question, but that was like one of my strategies. And other one was like, they will on the screen, there will be highlighter and there will be like strike through thing. That helped me so much. And I also highly recommend to my classmates, like they should use that, the highlighter and then strike through.
That's good, right? Strike in the sense you can strike one answer. If you see, if you believe B is a totally eliminated answer, you can just right click on that answer. It will put a strike line. Is it right?
Right, exactly. And then that's what, like you taught us like during our class too, like always skip, like you think always like not skip, like always strike like answers you think that are not like even like relevant to your question.
Right.
And it definitely helps with your like timing, and also like gives you like, you know, clear vision of like right answers.
Right. Got you.
Definitely, I would definitely use that.
Got you. That's good. That's good. So I can see how time pressure you would have had. I'm sure your heartbeat should have been pretty high in the last few minutes.
Oh, I was sweating like everything. My palms were sweating. Like I'm like, I never get hot. Like, and that place was like cold, and I was wearing a sweatshirt, and I had to like take it off, and you know, it was like everything was sweaty. And this person is like the proctor who just like walks around and just to see if any, you know, like see any like movements or not. And he's like, "Are you okay, miss?" And I was like, "Yes, like I'm just like a little hot right now." And he's like, okay, so if you want to take your sweatshirt off, then like I can pause your exam, or like I can just stand here, because he just wanted to make sure that I don't have anything.
Right.
Like I was like, I only have like 20 minutes left, so please leave me alone.
I don't have time to talk to you, please.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I understand how crucial it will be. I know many of us has this problem. One of the students said that they were having only 10 minutes and 15 questions to solve. So he didn't find the time to read the question. He started reading the answer on the last line of the question and somewhat choose the answer and keep moving forward. So I know the last few minutes are so crucial. That too, when it comes to the last button to submit, you can hear your heartbeat. Did you?
I almost passed out, to be honest with you. You will laugh if I tell you what I did. Like the lady who was like giving us heads up, like, hey, you only have like 2 minutes left. Like there's another batch, like they're waiting to like come in, because they have like from like 8 a.m. to like 12 p.m. and from 12 p.m. to like, you know, like other people giving exams too. Not only like PMP, because that's exam center for like other GRE, GMAT, and like, you know, like other high school tests.
Okay.
So she was just like giving us like 2 minutes, and I was like, okay. And I just like, I didn't even look at my computer, and I just clicked the submit button. And I was like, hey, I think I'm done. And she was like, no, you're not done. You will get the you know, result, and you should wait until you get your result. And I was like, do I have to? Like, I just don't want to like even look at it, because I was so nervous. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever, like it is what it is. I'm just gonna like stare at my computer and see the result, and I hope it's a good result. And I saw like congratulations message, and ooh, that was it.
That was a big thing, right? In the after academics, when you go for an exam like this and you crack it, that thrill is something pretty high.
Oh my God, I was so happy. And then she was like, oh, let me print out your results. And I was like, sure. And now I can like, you know I already got like congratulations.
This is what you saw, right? You saw about target.
Yes. And I was like, okay, like I know I passed, and that's awesome, but like I wasn't expecting it like above target on like on 3 domains. You know, I was still like struggling on process domain. So, and I was like, okay, so I think I did it.
I did. I think when you come out the exam center, you would have put collar high and said, "Hey,
Oh
watch
yeah,
out!"
definitely like I, you know, like definitely boost your confidence. That's for sure. And I was like, okay, let me make some calls. So I started to like, I called my husband, and then he was like, oh, like awesome, congratulations. And he was really happy. And then I messaged you and Raul, like, you know, I just wanted to like share with you, because without you guys, like I wouldn't have completed this. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Really, really nice. I know this is not easy because your time is so short. You took on the May and you got to crack the exam. It's not easy. So what you did is an amazing effort. But last one question on the exam. Did you have any math question in the exam? Any formula based?
No, not at all. So there were some like drop down
Okay.
questions,
Those questions.
and I think we were expecting that. And then we talked about those questions even in our classes too.
Yeah.
But like math,
No
you were
math.
right. Like,
Nice.
nothing.
You know what? Recent exams, they started adding math last 1 week. A couple of people said I got 3 questions, 2 questions. Slowly, the PMI is introducing it.
Oh, oh
I'm, I'm,
God.
I'm hearing that. Good. All in all, it's wonderful shot. I think after that, you went for a vacation. You had a good time. You're relaxed.
Oh, yes.
That's nice. How do people take about PMP in your corporate circle or when your office? Did you communicate that you cleared PMP?
I did. And so I'm working as a contractor right now. So I guess like, it's not a huge for them. But I recently like gave an interview. I hope my
Right.
boss will not watch this video, but I gave an interview and I as a project manager, and then I mentioned that like, hey, I also got my PMP certificate last week. So that was like, they were so happy and they were like start to like congratulate me. And I guess like it's a big deal in that
Right.
company, but
Right.
like not in my department, because I did email them like letting them know like hey, I did receive my certificate, and they were like, oh, okay, congratulations, that's it. Yeah, so it's
Right.
like,
That's good. I think you made a good thing. Immediately took an interview and also you conveyed that you clear. That's going to make a big change. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay. Now for your teammates and a lot of viewers watching this video, okay, what do you want to give as a thought process?
I would say that like, of course, like follow your study plan, like stick to it. There will be time that you want to like just drop out, like go back to your normal schedule, but it's just think about it this way. It's only about like couple of months or weeks, and after that you are done. Like you are done for your like life pretty much, like, and it's worth it. And time management is a big thing for all of us. I'm sure like, in my classes, like I had few classmates that have like family, like, kids and stuff. So it can be challenging, but also we have to compromise certain things. But it's all worth it. Don't give up. You can do it.
Wow, I like that positive statement. Don't give up, keep trying, keep going, right? So as you rightly
Yes.
said, 2 months, hardly 60 days of effort. But as you said rightly, it's a lifetime change of your job, promotion. First of all, self-confidence, right? You walk tall, telling that, hey, I know what it is, right? That's pretty important. Fantastic. Great, great.
100%.
Great, good. So first thing, thanks a lot, Rajani, for coming up here. Really, it's interesting to take your interview. I'm so eager to take your interview because I want to see how a master's in project management talk about it. But you're so humble saying that I just went through the master's. I like that. But again, I'm sure it helped you a little bit on your PMP as well, because I have seen your master's syllabus, which you posted in your LinkedIn. I went through all the content. It is almost with the PMP. So somewhat, but maybe they went a little depth there. But PMP looks more of a practical knowledge. So the exam questions is not theoretical, right? It asks practically. They put on your spot and ask you what you do there, what is next, what you'll do. So the more on pinpointing on us to answer the question, it's totally different from university, obviously, right? That's a point. Super great. And thanks for being an inspiration for your team, and let more people get qualified in the way what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for taking your time and interviewing me. And I wanted to like do this anyways for my classmates, like any way I can, if I can encourage my classmates or anyone who's trying to PMP, because I know it's not easy. And also like, I would like to like say like, I don't even have any words. Like, I'm so thankful to like ShriLearning and Shriram, Rahul, like without you guys, like I wouldn't be able to like, complete this exam. I was all over the place, like, you know, and with you guys, you were so structured, like well organized, and definitely gave me like clear vision of like what I need to complete. And classes were like very, very helpful, like even videos, like, you know, all those like psychological mindset, everything. And I don't know, like, I don't know how to like say thank you. Like I'm very, very grateful for this experience.
Sure. Thanks for the trust. I don't think we expect a thanks there. We expect the results. When someone clears on that day with the emotion, somebody calls us. I think that's where our joy is. They say, yeah, man, I did it. Right?
Yes, I can see that you guys are like, you know, you guys are 100% in this, like making people like successful. It's not only about like teaching people PMP exam, but you wanted to see the result too. That I can feel that.
Great. Good. Keep rocking. And all the viewers, thanks for watching this video. I'm sure you all liked the way she prepared and determined. Definitely, she had a travel plan on July 17th that also pushed her. But still, it is not just because of the plan. She has the determination. Somebody challenged her, and she says that the greatest revenge is massive success. So she showed that in the examination, right? So take it as an inspiration and leave your likes and comments and wishes for Rajani for a great success. Great. Once again, great wishes, Rajani. Keep rocking more and keep winning more in the leadership path.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Rahul. Thank you, ShriLearning.
Great.